Well, it's glad to see somebody's gotten loopy in the chat here tonight. Mr. Levy, I hope you're doing well regardless. I know you're in California right now and you're dealing with Priuses, which if you lean your body the wrong way, they go up on two wheels and all that great stuff. By the way, hi everybody. Welcome to the AEW Dynamite Sidecast here. The first one of September 6, 2023. God dang it, we only got 3 more months left in this year. Like, seriously. On a side note, did you know that Roman Reigns played for the S before he signed? He actually got cut by the Eskimos. He tried to play a few preseason games and got cut. So, yeah, we're very familiar. It's the same way with him. Same with The Rock and with the Calgary Stampeders. So, sort of worked out the same way with both teams there. So, a lot of Alberta connections when it comes to famous WWE stars. So, in so many different ways. But yeah, it's a great time. By the way, I want to throw this up once again because this happened during the warm-up here.
But I'm better than you. And you know it.
Walker Pipe Guy, 12 freaking months. Hasn't been a year? Well, I'll be damned. Yeah, I'm damned too. Like, it's pretty amazing what you guys have been, like, we've been going at this for 5 years now, and Rock was a Sunshine Boy. Rock played one season. Did he really play one season? I don't believe so. I believe he got the old cut too, but that might have just been a part of one season though. Indiana isn't a heavily marketed wrestling location. Tickets aren't going to sell out tonight. By the way, hi JJ, good to see you. And you know what? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens tonight because this is the follow from All Out, which, and we got the first pitches into Grand Slam coming up at the end of the month. Yes, I know it's tennis, but baseball works so much better on this one. It's going to be interesting with the fallout from Punk and the fallout from what I feel is an absolutely spectacular show. Like, for all the people that complain that All Out was a B show compared to All In, it was a pretty damn good show regardless. And as far as I was concerned, I was really excited for it. And big shout out right now to Beercade YEG here in Edmonton for hosting the pay-per-view party for All Out. We had a fun time there. I know Walker was there too, so it was, let's put it this way. Normally there's a match that I'll go back and I'll go play some video games and just try to get my head in somewhat straight. The fact they had to move Moxley into the main event where he can't overly go into his chaotic barbed wire thumbtacks, let's just bludgeon each other with different things. Don't get me wrong, he got shots in, but the fact that he didn't get a chance to do that, pretty much every match on the card, I was willing to sit through and enjoy. There wasn't really a match where you need to get away for the proverbial pee break, popcorn break, whatever way you want to call it. Great crowd in Chicago. Only had a few hiccups there, and I saw some signs were being confiscated at the show, mostly against CM Punk. There was a rumor about shirts being turned inside out, and then that rumor was shut down faster than, most of the time I ask out for dates, but that's a different story altogether here. But yeah, coming out of this, we have a brand new international champion, Jon Moxley. I got a feeling that title is going to be a little bit more of a World Heavyweight Championship to Dynamite's WWE Championship. Might be something to that effect where Moxley might actually take that show to another level with the fact that there's going to be another title there. All solid, all around solid show it was, and didn't drag either. Felt like nothing was a slot. I'll be honest, and I know, Walker, you were sitting there with me, but I honestly felt that by the time the show wrapped up, it didn't feel like it was 4 hours, or the 3.5 that it was, plus the hour pre-show. It felt like things went along a lot quicker and a lot smoother, and it was just nice to be around there to enjoy wrestling. All this BS and politics and all that great mumbo jumbo that's been going on. It's funny to me that, in fact, we actually get to talk about wrestling and enjoy it, because when you sit back and just watch the wrestling, it actually is pretty damn amazing. For all the drama and last minute matchmaking, it was a solid pay-per-view. Yeah, like that's a statement to AEW. By the way, good to see you here, Jagger. It's a big statement to AEW itself for the fact that it allowed some of the people that normally don't get pay-per-view time, like in particular Shane Taylor was one that I enjoyed. Athena got on the pre-show. It's actually funny that Shida was on every single All Out since the company's inception. She wanted to make sure she got a chance, and she ended up on the pre-show in that 6-person tag, which they really set up an Athena Shida match, what I think we are all over right now. And the fact that they could stick her in Ring of Honor with somebody like an Athena, it would be hella fun to watch. Because there's a lot of wrestlers I don't think get the credit that they deserve. And we're actually going to see one more of those tonight with Emi Sakura taking on Kris Statlander for the TBS Championship. That's one of the, I believe, 4 matches that have been around. We're also getting Jon Moxley versus AR Fox, which doesn't... we're getting Darby Allin versus Nick Wayne, which should be an absolute barn burner when two guys that know each other that well are going to be taking on each other for a chance to move into the Eliminator semifinals. We're getting Roderick Strong is going to be competing as well. I'm just sorry. Normally I have the schedule on top of my head, but Roddy's in there today, and the Sex Gods are taking on Aussie Open as they're trying to get their little rivalry started / finished or whatever. Miro got a chance to shine, and despite losses, Starks and Orange Cassidy looked like... Oh, God. Starks looked like a freaking monster. Starks looked like a freaking monster out there, taking on Danielson. And Danielson did not throw a single strike with his right hand that entire strap match, if you didn't notice and didn't hear on the press conference. He actually mentioned that he had to be careful with the arm, and he intentionally did not throw a single strike with that arm. Oh, and it's Trent Beretta, I do believe, is taking on Roderick Strong in that Eliminator match here. And I hope Roderick Strong wrestles with a neck brace on. I think he will. Seriously, I think that's what the gimmick is, and he's going to use that. It'd be really funny to see. Absolutely. But it's going to be interesting to see who we get on. I'm assuming that the other half of the draw is going to be on Saturday, with Samoa Joe probably being involved, Miro probably being involved. What do you guys think about CJ Perry showing up on All Out on Sunday to come out to help Miro, and then all of a sudden Miro getting rather indignant about it? Like, he really didn't want her there. So it was an interesting... I didn't think it had the effect that people thought it would, but at the same time, it's going to be a nice plot point that they're going to see going forward here. Because it almost feels like Miro wants the traditional woman stay away from the ring here. And even during interviews, CJ said the same thing. That very rarely did Miro ever want her down at ringside. Until Vince says you're doing it, you're doing it. I want to see how this is lit up here. Well, it looks like they got a decent bottom bowl done. It's no Edmonton, but at least it's a decent crowd tonight. It's going to be interesting to see what they do now with Orange, because I'm sorry, you want to talk about made people on that? Jagger threw it out there exactly. Orange Cassidy just absolutely showed up and showed off there in that main event spot. To the point where people were actually considering he would beat Moxley for that international championship. It actually makes me amazed the fact that he's actually coming out for an interview for the simple idea that why would you come out for an interview when you don't want to give any effort on anything? All right. Listen to this crowd here. It's one thing I love about an AEW crowd. They just appreciate good wrestling, period. Fans of brochachos since the 90s? I didn't even know brochachos existed that long ago. All right, crowd, stop getting yourself over. Let him speak. Wow, the crowd listened. Nope, they didn't. Watch this. That's it. Thank you. Done. This sounds so orange. Just, I'm not gonna bother. Okay, so if you have no catchphrase, what the hell's a big deal? So, okay. Unless somebody comes out to interrupt, this is going to be ugh. Right into the store, we'll try to come back. Okay, JJ, you have fun. I did all my shopping yesterday, so. Oh, here comes Moxley. This is going to be a hard-hitting match regardless. Man, Orange went in for... Like, the biggest thing when you're dealing with somebody like an Orange Cassidy in this main event match, you want to make it feel that he actually has a chance to win. And honestly, there were a few spots where you could think it was actually going to happen. Orange, you're not leaving, or is there going to be something be said here, or what? Death Jitsu pure garbage? Okay. That was a little bit of a weird segment, but just awkward enough here. Like, could we actually... Here's a crazy one for you, chat. Is there any way we could get Orange Cassidy in a heel turn here? I don't think there's actually a way to do it, but... Unless he completely changes his character around. Moxley just keeps walking to the other corner, waiting for somebody to clean things up. Well, I guess if you're going to defend the championship, you're going to defend it the way you want to, right? It's going to be a hell of a lineup tonight for Dynamite regardless here, but I don't think Fox is going to have any chance in hell winning this, but they are giving him some solid offense here. I'm really wondering what the end game is here for MJF after all this. Like that story last night. Oh, God. That promo pic with Roderick still gets me every single time. I know, Jagger, you were talking about how you want to see him come out with a neck brace. I think he should go full Joel Gertner. Maybe put a bow tie on the front of it. As he is now, probably impossible unless you said a full character change. But if he changes character, is he the same Orange? Exactly. Walker, I am right with you there. I don't think there's much of a way that you can actually change up a guy like Orange Cassidy and turn him heel here. Just based on all this stuff going on with Darby and whatnot. Oh, the evil back rake. That is absolutely deplorable. How dare he? Very nice DDT there. Fox took a little bit long to set it up, but... Like, honestly, when you got Mox stunned, you gotta go. You can't just... Ow. Oh, you were supposed to go over the first time, bud. If you don't want to go over, you gotta, they're going to find ways to put you over, right? Isn't that the way it works? But I have to ask you guys, we've had 8 days of fantastic wrestling from last Sunday to the Sunday before, from London to Chicago. We even had a WWE show in Pittsburgh. What was your favorite match over the last 3 days? And I'm still trying to calculate it out in my mind of what I really enjoyed the most. Because I enjoyed a lot of everything there. Like, there were very few matches that didn't impress me. I will say that a Steve Stampede, as far as I'm concerned, I can go for six beers, a bunch of wings, and a sub while that's going on. Not a meatball, because it'll remind me too much of the match, but for the most part, I really didn't see anything that lost my eye, but not totally 100% of everything that caught my eye either. And I'm not saying that in the bad thing. Anything with Ospreay's goal. Well, that Ospreay Jericho match, watching the entrances for both guys, watching the entrance for Saraya. I know we talked about it last week, but having her come out to her original music and getting Queen to get to release it and let them play it there. The hell of a job. On top of Europe renting out their song for one more pay-per-view in Chicago with Bryan Danielson, Final Countdown. Sorry, a little bit of smoke in the air here, so I get a little bit of yawning in there. My apologies. Micah versus Takeshita was also really good. Yeah, it told a really good story, and that's one of the biggest things. By the way, good to see you here, Darth Mick. Once again, I always appreciate it. But yeah, once again, we're like, there is beauty in the brutality of the strap match. Oh, there you go. Like, here's the thing. Like, we've all come out to, like, everybody's brought out different ideas, but every answer's different. And that's the best thing I like about it, is the fact that nothing is somebody's favorite. And I hate to go AEW versus WWE, but I'm going to put it straight up to you guys. With WWE, it's very hard to get to the point where you're seeing that situation where more than one match is really piquing your interest. They had a decent show on Saturday, don't get me wrong. It was fairly solid, but seeing I would have to say that Nakamura and Rollins pretty much took the cake on that show. And even then, you look at what happened. Look what happened on Monday with Gable and Gunther. It pretty much shows up more than what anything happened on that pay-per-view, the feeling on that match. Now, I have to say, Air Fox, for a guy that ended up losing last week, all right, that was cool. He ended up losing last week and making up with that was 2 weeks ago, and making up with Darby and Sting after that whole debacle with Swerve Strickland. It's interesting he's getting this opportunity for a match, but he almost feels like he's going to be the Nyla Rose of the international tournament, so. I did like Danielson's comments about the strap match he had was with a man he loved. Like, think of it this way. As much as Danielson said he was cleared, he literally did not throw anything out with his right hand. That whole match. Go back and watch it. I dare you. And all right, well, that's it for Mr. Fox. But Starks has had such... He's always had something being able to... He needed to find something to get himself to that next level, and I think Danielson did it for him. Like, Starks has always had the skill, he's always had the charisma, but he's always had that mid-card charisma, for more of a better term. Just couldn't get over that certain hump, right? And I'm sorry, Charles Bartavius Punk would not be the guy to be able to do that with. For the mere fact that everybody's so focused on what his next move is going to be that nobody's going to care what his opponent's doing in any sense. But I love how Mox just wins, gets the belt, walks back out the same way. I love the guy in the front row who has that Claudio sucks eggs sign, but he didn't show it during the match or while Claudio was out there. He waited till he got out. Wait till he got out of Dodge, right? So he didn't get the crap beat out of him. We all saw Claudio with a beach ball. He didn't want to take it aside from him either. Yeah. Oh God, you had to throw the mom joke in the back end. Wait, are we doing this already? All right, folks. Well, for all the times we complain about women getting the one spot, they're getting, or sorry, I guess it would be the 4, 5, 6 spot on the cup. 4, 5, yeah, the 6 hole in the card. She's going second. By the way, did it? Christian forms a new stable with Nick Wayne, Jungle Boy, and his -1. He insists that all of them call Daddy. I will give you that one for that. Yeah. That's hilarious. One thing I will say about Christian is he does do the CLB gimmick to a T. It is scary how much Christian looks like he could fit perfectly into one of those murder mystery psychedelic dramas. Like, those real hard-hitting, I'm just trying to think of a good name to compare one to here. Maybe Twin Peaks for all you oldies in the chat here. Maybe something like that. Look, he's a creepy little bastard. He always will be. It just drives me freaking nuts. But yeah, it's nice to see that the women are getting the 2-hole for the... I know. Well, before I continue there, that's a bad joke, and I'm not going to let you guys use it. It's going to be a hell of an edit if you try to. But getting the quarter after the first hour slot here tonight with Emi Sakura actually getting the exposure she deserves, too. She was one of those that put in a lot of work during AEW Dark, putting everybody over. She's been a regular on ROH TV. It just sucked that they couldn't get her a spot with her Queen gimmick, having it out in England. It would have been a hell of a time to have that. But with the fact that they announced that, oh God. Oh god, that thumbs up scares me, Darth. All right, But it's nice to see the change here. And Emi Sakura, I hope next year gets a spot on the All In card. For those that didn't hear during the press conferences and whatnot, this will be a regular thing with back-to-back pay-per-views on consecutive weekends. So if you're booking your week of holidays around wrestling, this is what you do. It'll be Labor Day long weekend as well as the Bank long weekend in England. We'll be hosting wrestling events. So. Oh, and just a reminder, a couple things while we're here. Beercade YEG in Edmonton is going to be hosting Wrestle Dream Watch Along on October 1st. And then, however, for Full Gear November 18th, we're going to be here doing a watch along with you guys. So we'll be able to watch the pay-per-view together. With it being on a Saturday night, unfortunately, with one of the busiest bars in Edmonton, you're not going to have we're not going to be able to get in there. Simple as that. We don't bring in half the revenue because everybody's sitting during the show. So on this match we have Freddie Mercury versus Zoolander, of all things. It's actually funny. There was actually feedback from Zoolander himself on the outfit that Kris Statlander's wearing. It was really nice to see her gear, but uh-oh. Wow. Emi not fooling around here. Oh, and I do have to say, I did manage to forget to pick up my jersey for All In there. They had the soccer jerseys available. I forgot to pick one up. Damn it. I'll boo on myself. Emi is definitely letting it all go here. Yeah, you got to be careful. Well, welp. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. I don't know if you guys saw it. Speaking of bad signs, if you, I don't know if any of you watched NXT yesterday or saw the clip. It's the first time WWE in a long time has actually faded to black on a action by a wrestler, like to just in order to set off an injury. Braun Breaker smashing some steps on Von Wagner's head when Von Wagner's been known to have brain surgery. But I do appreciate how they're mixing the card up here and bringing the women earlier. It's going to bring, like everybody says, well, nobody watches the women, so they're going to have I'll guarantee you there's a ton of people watching this match right now. And the fact that everybody's going to be shocked when they pull up at 7:15 or 9:15, whichever 8:15, whichever time zone you're in. And who knows? Maybe we'll get another women's match tonight. Yeah, who am I kidding at this point? Whoa!
But I'm better than you. And you know it.
Makeshift mother money. 9 months with a Prime sub. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Wednesday to everybody here. And just a reminder for everybody, if you are interested in subscribing, it is 25% off for 1 and 3 month subs and 30% off. Oh my God. Sorry, I just literally stopped here watching that. Holy crap. How you doing tonight, Makeshift, by the way? It is 30% off for 6 month subs if you're interested. If you're already a subscriber and you're on renewal and you want to stay renewed, there is a little button on the bottom that says manage your subscription. Go down there, click it, confirm whichever term you want to do. It will not charge you until the renewal date, but it will get you the cheaper price for the month. Okay. Sakura got some good shots in here, but the Wednesday night special, formerly the Big Bang Catastrophe. Ugh. Hey, Zodiac, good to see you here tonight, my friend. Good to see Statlander once again. Everybody's piling in here tonight. In Prince George, BC for work this week. Excited to get home tomorrow. Yeah, I've been off work for, well, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, today, and tomorrow. I go back on Friday, but praise Saturn once again. For the record, I do have the Saturn World Order shirts that at rememberthegame.com that they... Oh, God. This looks like some kind of weird intervention more than a wrestling promo here. Hey, Astrid, good to see you here too, by the way. The reason I'm not wearing it today is because it is still a little warm, and I actually picked up the long sleeve for the Saturn World Order shirts. So I did wear it to the pint for the All In show, and actually, it's funny. I texted Adam about this because it's his design. A lot of people thought it was a Perry Saturn shirt. There's a blast for the past for you. But no, it's great to see everybody in here tonight. Like, I know everybody's just piling in right now. And Asher, what do you think about the women's match getting moved up way earlier tonight? Speaking of somebody we really don't want to watch. So Takeshi's not supposed to be here. What? Okay, that's why, because of Jericho. Well, at least they got a new Jumbotron for these two, right? You're welcome. Hashtag Hail Moppy. Thank you, Jagger, once again. Just going through everything here. I love the artwork on Takeshi. That's as the centaur and Callus riding on his back. Yeah. Well, you know Takeshi's going to be carrying Callus all the way to the money bank, right? But yeah, like I All right, chat. I gotta ask you something here. How long do you expect this Guevara Jericho the Six Gods duo to work before things start falling apart? Do they make it past this match, or do we get a breakup tonight? Tonight, yeah. I got a feeling this is a match that's set up for Grand Slam. But it actually makes sense. I think Sammy turns. The only thing I could say about this that makes a little bit of sense where they wouldn't turn. Osprey is United Empire, right? So is Aussie Open. Well, at least they were. Aussie Open very well could be the newest members of the Callis family. And it makes a whole hell of a lot of sense to put them together. And the fact they're going to want to get their ROH tag titles back. I think a manager could be a very big thing to help them out there. But it's really sad for me here, the way that Aussie Open ended up losing those titles to a storyline. I really do hope that, I honestly thought going into All Out that Aussie Open would win that Battle Royal on the Rampage before. But it ended up being the Dark Order, and I don't think as much as it was a feel-good moment, because if you didn't know, Alex Reynolds was MJF's coach. I know we talked about that here before. I think we were actually talking about it on Saturday. Oh, God, there was a... Davis didn't know which way he was going, so eventually he made it up to the corner. Oh, now they decide to do it. Okay. I love how Jericho... Wait, what? Who? Where? What? Whoops. Well, that was a nice way to fix things. A little cartwheel there. Crowd chanting meat. I think meat is going to take over scissoring. You know what? That basically comes under the fact of what are they going to do? What are they going to do with it? If they continue to go on with what they were doing before, like if they continue on Miro and Hobbs, which I would love to see that go on, like best of 7, best of 3,000, big meaty man slapping meat. I will say there are some points where wrestling fans can be... Oh, where's the... Okay, I see it. In the crowd, they have the "Where's the meat" chant. I will give a little bit of credit to the Chicago crowd, just a tiny bit, for what happened on Sunday. I think a lot of them finally realized this stuff ain't gonna happen. There obviously were the CM Punk diehards that were there to see him only, and whatnot. But for the most part, you didn't have too many idiots throughout the majority of the card, and I think the meat chant sort of answers that, right? What are you doing, Fletcher? You're doing your leg flexes while you're up there? It's a little amazing to me that Jericho's at the age that he is and he still keeps going. Hell, there's a bunch of them like that here in AEW, which I think the only one that might be a little bit overdone, and I don't know if we're going to see him for a while now, is Sting. Don't get me wrong, I fully expect to see Sting at Full Gear. Mainly because if there's a pay-per-view in LA, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to get all the stars out, so. Oh, they were chanting me for Mark Davis. Oh. Sorry, I missed it. I didn't hear it on the crowd that well. Might turn into saying when the... Oh, hold on, sorry. Working on some Madden Twitch drops, even though I don't have the game yet, so... Got a tab open, so I'm claiming some inventory here, but... You know what? You know what's amazing about the meat chant? And I just thought of this right now. If you were doing that for the men, like way back in the Attitude Era, we did have meat, Sean Stasiak, and it was considered a completely sexist term. Now, it just makes sense that it's happening. So, we'll see if... I think it also could relate. If they don't know who Davis is, they could just, chant meat because he's the big guy, right? It can help and it can hinder unless you... It actually could also tell you got to develop a character, which very well could be an option here. Say this about the Elders AEW, they each seem to have taken at least one under the wing and tried to push them, guide them, etc. Yeah, like, that was the biggest thing. They tried to... It's not like the Elders were out there on their own trying to put themselves over through the entire thing. I don't think there's been a single Elder wrestler on this promotion that's worked by himself. Like, I don't know if he called Charles Martavius as an Elder, but I don't consider him that. I don't think he's that much of an elder, to be perfectly honest. I'm not sure exactly what his age is, but I'd almost have to take a look on my phone here to see what age Punk's at, but... I love the hopping hot tag. Like, it's supposed to make it extra spicy when you jump up in the air and then go get him. Oh, Jericho missed the landing, but that's okay. One thing I will say is they're trying to show Jericho as the guy that's losing a step here once in a while. Fletcher got Jericho, but Guevara with that cutter on Davis. Oh. That was an interesting code breaker, to say the least. I don't mind it. Could have looked a lot worse, but, All right, we'll hear from Hangman. Well, I wonder what Hangman's next feud is going to be right now, because right now, he really doesn't have a whole lot. Jericho just playing all the old hits right now, it looks like. And Guevara overshoots everybody. Come on, Jericho, dive, dive, dive! Oh, uh-oh. Little malfunction at the junction here. Oh, this is hilarious. What would happen if Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman would be a tag team? That might be their finisher. Finisher 1. Finisher 2. And Jericho does not kick up with the kicked it out anyway. At least they're smart enough, like, at least you know in New Japan, they're really stringent on the rules about everything when it comes to tags and whatnot. Oh, God. Wow! Sammy's flapping over Davis like flipping over a burger there on a grill. Sorry, that was about as good of a meat reference as I'm going to get here today. I think my pun contract ran out in the promo tweet for tonight's show. Going up. I guess actually this is a really smart thing for the women to go before Jericho because you're not, the women aren't going to get their time cut because of Jericho this time, right? Because that Moxley AR Fox match felt like it went about the right time. And again. And Sammy's pissed because Jericho keeps missing. Where's the meat? The meat was at ringside. Everybody was chanting meat, weren't they? Oh, Guevara's pissed still. Yeah, that's twice that he got hit, though. All right, Grand Slam, here we go. Just coincidence we have security available. I'd be jumping the barricade right now because all the security's in the ring instead. Wait, is Sammy joining the BCC? Swearing and cursing away right now. Well, I guess Callis will be happy now the fact that the rift is there. And it's not Aaron Rift for this one. Oh, they're going to show the strap match. This match was absolutely brutal, but all in the good ways here. Now, here's the other thing that shocked me, Chad, about Saturday. Or Sunday, sorry. With everything on the card, Moxley only got a bleeding nose, and I think that was by accident. So is the plan for everybody in the BCC to bleed except for Moxley? I think this might be a point where they put Ricky back as a face. Stark Scissors. That sign is absolutely perfect. I will. Starks is absolutely killing it on these promos, and now AEW has really started to turn up the production value on these promos to show everybody what the skill is for everyone. So are we going to get the MJF segment now, apparently? I love this. This was a callback to NXT. It was hilarious. If you guys... All right, so we're going to get Friedman up next here. Makes sense. I honestly feel this is setting up for Joe versus MJF. I'd like to get a little bit more build on it, so I like the fact when you finally get some storylines. And there's multiple storylines you could go with this to make it work. You could get the Roderick Strong going in to take on MJF, where is Adam going to turn or is he not going to turn? Adam Cole. You got Samoa Joe reliving that segment, so then now Samoa Joe's got a position where there's a decent fight to be had there. If Adam Cole throws his hat back in the ring and goes into the collision half of the draw for this, you could very well have Adam Cole in a rematch, which would be absolutely insane. It's nice to see when you have a champion that has multiple ways to defend his championship and multiple opponents that are lined up to face him, rather than just having one that everybody knows is going to happen. And the way things intersect, it almost feels like there's only one way it can happen. I'd love to see it now where it shows up a little bit more in a different way. But what do you guys think? Who do you think should be the next opponent for MJF for the World Championship? I feel like it should be Roddy Strong. You can always run that Samoa Joe match sometime later, but let's keep this Adam Cole MJF feud or bromance, whatever you want to call it. Let's keep that running for a while now. As long as we physically can. If we can keep that fire stoked, even if Adam Cole doesn't get a match, if Adam Cole doesn't get the rematch that he wants, the fact that Roddy Strong's in there causing more havoc for Adam Cole and MJF's getting caught in the crossfire between those two, I would I would definitely enjoy that. I would definitely enjoy a setup like that. Hell, Trent Beretta. Well, I don't think we're going to see Darby go at it again because MJF's just going to win with a headlock takedown again. Nick Wayne, yeah, good luck. Trent Beretta, great guy, great worker. I think he was there because Strong needs to win this. All right, we're back from commercial. MJF should be the one up now. Like to see Jay White, but I think it would. That's one guy I haven't even talked about yet, Jay White. Callis was a little bit late on that. Shut up and. We get another full segment with Don Callis. I don't know if we're going to be able to. I would love to see if Cincinnati could give the same amount of booze. Okay, Miz. Giving out the blow the kiss to the crowd. What? Better than you, baby. Button up dress shirts. Wonder how big they make them. But yeah, in response to Yeager there, I think Jay White absolutely should be a little more involved. Will it be MJF versus Takeshita or Hangman versus Takeshita? Here's the weird thing about that right now. We're supposed to hear from Hangman tonight. Why would we hear from Hangman tonight if he was the next target for Takeshita? If we're already getting a promo segment from Don Callis. It makes a lot of sense. It crosses off a lot of boxes for Hangman there. What if MJF loses the belt to his next opponent? Adam Cole wins it from that dude? Very well could happen. The only reason I sit back and don't think about that, Zodiac, is we have a situation here where the AEW title hasn't been hotshotted at all. Like literally, as soon as somebody has it, outside of injury or brawl, we haven't had the title change hands on a very frequent basis at all. Why would fans in Indy cheer for that? Well, the crowd's at least into it a little bit. Well, I know what, I'd laugh if it wasn't Joe. Oh, oh, this is going to be spicy. Well, the crowd wanted him. I would have laughed if the whole thing was about Roddy Strong, not MJF, or not Samoa Joe. Choreographic collision won't be part of Grand No, it's a Wednesday, Friday. It'll just be the one half. But there's no brand split anymore, apparently. Now that Punk's gone, you don't really need a brand split. What's wrong with Joe's middle finger? Is it bent that bad? Are they going to bring up the shove from NXT? Wow, sweet tooth. All right. I love a little bit of cheap heat there, but that one was good. Whoa. Oh, the other company's network. That would. What is Twisted Metal on? It's Paramount, right? Uh, Joseph. Oh, God. Here we go. Oh, it's on peak. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. It's on Peacock. That's right. Yeah, you got to remember, it's on Crave here, I do believe, in Canada right now. We got a 2-week delay compared to you guys down the States on it, so. Wow. Wow. All right. Joe's getting into a groove now, and I love it. Wow. A little bit of bass in your voice there. Way bit of bass in your voice there. I'll give him a little bit of credit here. All right, well, this crowd's interesting. All right, they are going to bring up the NXT story. They have to. Huh, all right. We all make mistakes. Wow, they're actually bringing up everything. I love this. Whoa. They are talking about it. I love it. I love how they're actually going to play into it. That NXT run for Samoa Joe actually was pretty damn cool. Ooh, that's evil. All right, now we're starting to stretch. How's the show been so far? It's been pretty decent. Had Statlander versus Sakura. Mox beat out AR Fox. We had the Sex Gods defeat Aussie Open barely. And now your favorite wrestler in the whole world is going toe to toe on the mic with Samoa Joe right now. And yet, Samoa Joe is the guy that actually made sure that show didn't fall apart. If it wasn't for Joe breaking up the fight between Perry and Charles Martavius, almost gave in for Air Fox. Oh, yeah. Wow. You know, Max really doesn't sound like much of a killer, his name. Unless you're talking about Verstappen in F1. Mad Max, yeah. Nothing. Oh. Oh. He's got the ring on. I'd knock him out. Max Pacioretty. Yeah, no, that's a little... I'm sorry, Max Pacioretty. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Kicked the rope right when he was there. Ha! Max is like, the hell with that. You want to go dirty? Let's go dirty. That's hilarious. You know, it's like, oh, but Max, you tried to sell those shirts. Oh, God. Here comes the guillotine. Nope. Adam Cole for the save, baby. I do find it funny that Cole had still had his title in his hand. Hey, Jaylee, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I know you're getting ready to stream up here, heading out to do little Pokemons right away. Now we're watching a little bit of AEW, watching Samoa Joe and MJF go at it here. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you said hi and great. I will say, having MJF and Samoa Joe in here, we're trying to get into the promo fights. Just absolutely a blast. So, left arm's numb. You know, it's almost weird that, you know, we're trying to... if his left arm's numb, why are you lifting it? Ooh! Using the B word get out there. I would have said kid. It would have just drove me even more nuts. Joe's going to come out and attack him one more time. He's got to. And Cole's going to look dumb. Is this like his new entrance music? All that wine crying man up. But seriously, is that his new entrance music? Adam! Adam! You know, if you're that not okay, as much as they're saying here that Roddy is, why the hell is he in this tournament? I know he's got the incentive of, you know. All right, so we're going to get Trent Beretta versus Roderick Strong coming up next, which should be a decent match, but I think it's going to be a lot of smoke and mirrors. All right, let me just get the mute out for that. The NFL don't get free money out of me right now, so they probably will if I end up deciding to buy Madden, which I'm really. You guys ever run this problem where you just don't have enough time to play all the games you want to? Especially when they're sports games. Because I know we're going to be doing a little EAFC here. We'll probably... I really want to get some Madden. In NHL, I'm not looking forward to this year. So I'm probably going to skip out on NHL. Which I know. I got to fix up my overlays for it. I'm working on that. But yeah, this tournament here, when it comes to Roderick and Trent, and then we got Nick, Wayne, and Darby. Hey, the wife called. That's more important than anything else. You missed all the entertainment for the stream. Now it's going to be all boring just for you. I kid. Don't go away. I hope everything's going good for you, Mr. Levy. And being down in California, it's a hell of a fun time being a trucker, right? So, but yeah, like watching this whole tournament break down, and it's actually funny because Tony Khan has this weird way, and I know it's something we're going to have to start learning to accept, is the fact that he doesn't reveal the full brackets until the quarterfinals are actually done, in case there's some kind of injury, right? So he has the 2 quarterfinals tonight, and he can readjust anything he wants. So if there's some way that there's an injury one way or the other, he can always reformat the draw so on Saturday he can get a different heel or face winning. It's actually really smart on his end on how he does it. But it does take a little bit of getting used to for us as wrestling fans. And it's going to take a little bit of confidence in AEW for producing a great product, which right now it is definitely go time for AEW. More of like a put up or shut up kind of thing for making sure that AEW gets their spoils off the way they need to. As we're getting everything fired up here for the matchup here, commercial breaks over. Like, a lot of people forget that Trent actually had a hell of a run in New Japan, too. Yeah, I thought Chucky T was going to run to the back, but thought he was going to go to the back. Then all of a sudden, oh, there's guys from the Kingdom here. Maybe I should stick around. Like, we'll have to see how Roderick plays up his neck on this mat. Like, right now, he should be hurt. His neck should be hurting for the fact that he got caught in a guillotine for a quick second there. If it's that sensitive. Like, for all the stories that have been going on and all this drama between Roderick Strong and Adam Cole, people forget how good of a wrestler Roderick Strong actually is. So, are we going to get Darby and... Was it going to be Darby and Nick Wayne as our main event tonight? So I was trying to think what else we have here going on tonight. Like, I would assume they're going to give this one 10, 15 minutes, but then Hangman, I guess, gets 15, and then the main gets 15. That makes somewhat sense. It's actually in my... Oh, my goodness. That was nice. That was a nice move there. I love the new shirts by Strong too. The neck Strong rather than the it's funny. Bennett usually had a Boston Strong shirt. Oh, that Stadium Stampede. I still haven't had the guts to get into it much. Might get into it maybe in a couple weeks' time here. I got the second half of the month off for the most part. And with that being the case, I'll probably try a few things that I don't normally... This love triangle Adam Cole got himself into is confusing. It is and it isn't. Because I've been in this position before. I've seen many people in this position before. There's somebody you like, and then there's somebody that just... When you consider somebody your best friend, and then you have others that just don't feel the same way about you. It happens. Like, it's like Roderick almost feels bad about not... Cole feels bad that he can't be better friends with Roderick. And let's face it, Roddy's playing into the little... the whiny little bitch scenario perfect. Unrequited bromance. Exactly, Zodiac. That is a great way to put it. It's a bromance that Roddy needs to understand. Oh my God, that was nice. Like, the one thing you're going to see here is a million different kinds of backbreakers from Roddy Strong. If you haven't had a chance to see him on a real singles run, where he's allowed to do everything. Why is Roderick wrestling with a neck brace? He was out without a neck brace. Well, they probably wouldn't allow him to wear it during the match, but also practically, I'm going to break down the fourth wall here a little bit. Quite often, for a lot of moves, the way you protect yourself when a lot of moves are happening is you tuck your chin in. Can you imagine how hard it's going to be to try and tuck your chin in with a neck brace on? The most notable move where you don't tuck your chin in to protect yourself is actually the Styles Clash, where AJ's actually taught you to put your head back. And actually having your chin tucked in actually caused paralysis on a certain wrestler. I couldn't remember who that was. I do believe it was in Japan. But yeah, it's purely for a safety aspect. I know that the gimmick's there, but there's enough ways you could play around it. It would have been really cool for him to wear it throughout the entire run of this tournament here. So I really wonder if we're going to get Roderick or we're going to get Samoa Joe. I could see us almost getting a heel-heel final here. Just because we do have two major stories going on right now, right? Because let's see now. It's on the 20th that they're having Ed's at a triple threat. Wouldn't be the worst feeling in the world. Wow, Chuck is just like... Looks like he's had one of those Wonder Seeds early from Super Mario Wonder. Okay. Let's do some more Germans. Wreck on that neck. So yeah, we only got 6 shows. If you include Rampage and Collision to determine who's going to be taking on MJF at Grand Slam. So, because Grand Slam's 2 weeks from today. I almost forgot. It's like 2 weeks from today. I'm on holiday. Eee, sorry. Just brought that up again. I shouldn't really rub it in too much. Oh, here we go. Hey, S2S. Hope you're doing well. Oh my goodness, what a boot. That's got to do it. Ooh. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well here tonight. We're having a fun time. For a show that has a lot slower paced matches than we've seen the last few weeks, we're definitely I have a feeling that we're having a really good night tonight. Like, it doesn't feel like it's already 7:30. Like, a lot of things have had a chance to breathe. We've had... Oh, God. Go to the nose, atta boy. No, oh God. Oh God. Oh God. They're really getting into a convoluted spot here. Oh God. Roll through. Nice. Listen, some of us have to work. Going to Arizona at the end of the month for the weekend. Yeah. It's because it's 6:30 your time. The show actually ends at 7 your time. Oh God. Oh no, right by the ropes. Foot's going on it. But yeah, we're midway through the second hour here, and I really wonder how much time they're actually going to give Darby and Nick here for our main event spot. Strong doing a hell of a job selling that neck. Oh, here we go. Come on, get in there. Oh, I thought there was going to be a low blow coming. Here it is. Brain. Yep. Good night. Wow. That suplex into a backbreaker. That's just fantastic. Should have checked to see if I could pick it up on my TV, but probably not. Hey. TNT, if you have it. Wonder why Maria hasn't been coming out with the Kingdom? Well, oh, here we go. Here's the... Joe and Jeff. Okay, that'll be a bloodbath. Penta and Jay. So we could be getting Penta Joe on Collision on Saturday. So they're not fooling around. They're actually going to know by next Wednesday who that's going to be the final for this, getting ready for next week. Either a good matchup for Joe. No TNT over the free air in this. Sorry, I can't help you there then. Thank you, Zoyak. Chin out, tips up, look for the shoes. All right. That was all right. If you guys haven't figured what the hell is she doing? She played Mildred Burke, I believe it was, in the biography of her life, and just went with the gimmick after the classic 80s wrestler, or the classic 50s wrestler, 40s wrestler. First top wrestler coming up in terms of females. So Hangman, who absolutely has nothing right now in terms of a story. Renee keeping a straight face is great. Yeah. You know what? Full props to Renee throughout this whole thing. Like, don't get me wrong, Alex Marvez has his role, and he has a bit of a frantic commentator look to him when he does his segments. But Renee has really steadied what the backstage is going to be like there at AEW. And the one thing I enjoy about it is the fact that they do play into the fact that she is the wife of Jon Moxley. They have played into it a few times there with Eddie Kingston in particular, more than anyone. But at the most part, she's been very professional, and everything just... I know the production's been crap a few times, but that can't be the fault for the on-air personalities. Justin Roberts and Renee Paquette in the back, Renee Young, whichever way you want to call it. Renee Moxley is more appropriate if you ask me, but then also the commentary team. Now that they've settled down, and it's going to be Tony Excalibur and Taz pretty much solid through. Then also give it up for Nigel McGuinness. Like, I know he was trying really hard in the beginning when he came in for Collision. He was trying really hard as being a heel. Now he's still there, but he's dialed it back enough that it feels comfortable to watch and a little more. It's enjoyable to watch both shows. Not that we get most shows up here in Canada anymore, but I digress. But also the fact that, you know, they have the pieces together. Now they just have to finish it up. Seeing old clips of Justin Roberts announcing and wrestle. I haven't seen the wrestling part. I've just seen the announcing part, and as far as I'm concerned, he is one of the best, and Dasha is just as good. Dasha's on the level, let's put it that way. She has made the occasional bloop as she's been in there, but it's not been as bad as a lot of people would seem here. So. All right, Hangman, let's see what you got. Renee is more like Mean Gene, and Marvez is more like Michael Cole or Cole doing the backstage stuff. I'll give you that one right there. This man just donated $50,000 to Chicago Education Board. Was a terrible teacher. Ha! They still say they're in Indy. Why would anybody be cheering the fact that they leave for Chicago? All right, if that's his promo, I'm happy. I think we all want to see what he's going to do. Oh, we're going to get Hangman and Swerve. Turned it off. My bedtime is close. All right. Swerve Strickland coming out, though. Sorry, whenever I see the asking about ads, I throw the exclamation point ads in there. So, JJ, if you're taking off, have yourself a great night. I want to hear what the response was by Tony there. Not sleep yet? Oh, okay. This is going to be fun. That's right, he was second last in there. That's the second battle royal in a row he was second last in. Hey, JJ. Yeah, Yeah, it's fair. Twitch is really up their ads too, so. Oh, you're learning Russian. Cool. So, are they trying to? Ooh. All right, new merch coming for Hangman. Oh. Ooh. All right, Swerve's gonna try and push this, and I don't mind this one bit. Oh God! All right, here we go. Or B, you face me. Swerve does need a bigger push. I think this might actually be the way to do it. I think it might be the opposite. I think that Hangman could possibly be the the Danielson to Swerve Starks. Because I don't see Hangman overshadowing Swerve in any which way. And I think this could be an absolutely fantastic match with these two. All right, there we go. Calling it like a dog? All righty. Millennial Cowboy. Wow. All right. Oh, God. All right. Looks like we might have a different feud here. Well, at least Hangman's got a gauntlet to go through now. And Prince Nana just having fun dancing. Like it's fun with a guy like Swerve, and you don't have to do anything as a manager. Just sit back and just do your arm dance all day, and Cage can be fed to Hangman. That's fine. He's come a long way and doing great, but he can wait one more round. Absolutely. This is going to be an interesting rampage. I love how it's Penta by himself against everybody. Amazon is raising the price again in the U.S. Doesn't surprise me. It's great to see Swerve have a feud other than Keith Lee or Darby. Yeah, like it's great to see. Well, let's face it, All In and All Out is sort of like a hard cap on a lot of these feuds. And that's why I said today isn't exactly... This one didn't really need to be a big overlapping Dynamite tonight. It needed to be a solid show. It needed to be a good follow-up to what happened last week. I do know that they have, like I said, 2 weeks until one of their biggest shows a year, again at Grand Slam. Which, if you want to talk about attendance, Grand Slam is actually number 2 on the list. Now, because their original Grand Slam was number 1 before that, so. Yeah, there's no fooling around. Winners play on Saturday. That's fairly interesting here. Bull Club Gold in action. Saraya and Soho are going to fight it off. But I like the fact that they're pushing the finals to be on next Wednesday. So replace Nyla in that match. Saraya with Nyla. Paige Cage. We're going to see some rage there. Oh my God, here we go. Now, all right, chat, I'm just going to throw this out here. Who do you want to see win this? Darby or Nick Wayne in our main event here tonight? Because frankly, I think the most money sense would be Darby, but seeing Nick Wayne against Roderick Strong, with all due respect for a heavyweight, you want to see Nick win? We know the Undead Man is winning. The fact that this is a heavyweight tournament makes me a little bit weary about doing that, right? Looking like Darby will win and then Nick Wayne will turn on him after the match. That's a lot of flips and turns in the last, how long has he been around? July? So 2 months from now. 2 months now. But I will say, honestly, a tournament like this, I wish it was I would give Nick Wayne a decent amount of a chance if it was for the TNT Championship, maybe. Or the International well, not so much the International at this point, with Mox covering the title, but I wouldn't put Nick Wayne in a tournament for the main one. Speaking of young kids, I'm waiting on that one. Normally they have a commercial break somewhere in here. They're just going in. They got 15 minutes to get this all in, so this might be a little bit crazy here. Okay. Prime is now $15 or $139 annually. Everything's going up. That's all I could say. Like, speaking of young kids, I haven't been watching ROH, but I noticed Billy Starks is a company Athena. Now, what's the story there? They're playing up Billy Starks as an Athena #1 fan. Jesus! Sorry, need to throw that out there real quick. Billy's injured right now, so or else she would have been on probably the All Out card in Chicago as one of the tag members with Athena. I'm assuming that Mercedes probably would have, well, Mercedes and Diamante are the normal ones. I could almost see them doing an 8-person tag there at that point. But either way, Billy Starks is playing up as an Athena #1 fan kind of thing. Once she's cleared, she'll probably be in the ring. Probably turn into one of those we're friends but we're going to feud kind of thing. I haven't watched enough ROH completely to understand the whole thing. I just remember them talking about that in the post-show interviews and whatnot. So, well, this is a good way to kill. Billy is minion number 523989 for Athena. I haven't used that yet tonight, so might as well throw that there. Darby took enough time just to break the count and then come back out. That's what she calls her. Makes sense. Oh, well, the thing is, that actually is a serious thing, JJ. If, like, I watched, or I listened to an interview that Mike McGuire had on McGuire on Wrestling with Athena. And if you check out the video, it's just nothing but minions everywhere in her apartment, in her streaming room and whatnot. She loves her minions in every which way she can have them. And in many ways, I could consider Billy Stark's a bit of a minion anyway. The way she jumps around and chats and like that. So. All right, we're back with the main show here. Just about 10 minutes left here. I'm assuming that this gets finished early just because after that crazy spot. Really? That was an interesting fisherman buster. It's more like a fisherman suplex with a fish out there. Honestly, what Nick Wayne did there with Darby outside the ring, that is 95% of what I would do on offense against Darby. Let him beat himself up. Sort of like if you watched my Street Fighter playthrough. Eventually you watch the guy screw himself over and then you just take advantage, right? It's going to be weird going back from being the RPG Street Fighter to actually being in the fighting game. Oh, I can't wait for that pay-per-view. Wrestle Dream. Going to be a lot of New Japan wrestlers on there as well. But I do find it funny, though. The original graphic for the show had both the AEW and the New Japan logos on it. Now it's just AEW. I'm wondering if it was just an unofficial poster or whatnot, but I swear I thought I saw both on there. There we go. Okay, ref, break it up. Come on. Maybe it's just me, but for this match, does it feel like I get it. Nick Wayne's new on TV. Does this match feel sort of like it wants to be slow, but it doesn't know how in many ways? It's like, remember that thoughts on Don Callis' shirt being $130? Somebody's willing to pay for it. Yeah, these two just need to go, go, go. Yeah, like, it's really, it's interesting when you want to see these guys try and slow down and they can't. It's an interesting tale that they can do. I never realized that he's got the Heartbreak Hearts on there. Wonder if he borrowed his gear from the Shawn Michaels School of Tailoring here. I'm sure there's some indie relationship with those tights, so. Trying to get. No, it's going to be missed. Ha! I love it! I love it! I love it! I love it! We just mic up in the middle of the match. Yeah, look, that doesn't surprise me. Especially with two faces. Now we got entrance music. Sometimes reality just needs to be like, what the hell? And Wayne almost killed Darby again. Let's just throw that out there one more time, because we haven't got our fill of ECW chants tonight. Adding the "But Your Dad Is Dead" to the beat of the music, yeah. I don't know. Like, to me, I can't stand CLB, but he's absolutely perfect in what he does. Got to give the devil his due, right? I love how they're talking picture in picture right now, and none of us can hear any of it. Unless you're in the international feed, then you get to hear all of this. But it's a weird time to actually have a picture-in-picture here with 4 minutes to go.
So you have chosen death.
Yeah, pretty much. Waiting for Edge to come back and team up with him for one last ride. At least I would love that. Honestly, I think it's going to happen personally. I don't see Edge ending the way that he did. Like, I get the match with Sheamus means a lot to him for the guy that brought him back. Oh, that's for Darby? Yeah. JJ, I'll agree with you on that. Nice uppercut. Now these guys are getting a little fever pitched here. Needy and C versus the Hardy send off, man. I think that's the only way you send them off. I think that's how you send Jeff off. I think that's how you send Adam off. Matt can pretty much go as long as he wants. Same with Christian right now. Like, there's no real slowdown in Christian's character. And same with Matt. Matt's got a little bit of deterioration just because of the work being done on, his neck being horrifically mangled during that Stadium Stampede. I love the look. Roddy Strong with the glasses, the neck brace, the towel. All right, they got to be almost done here. You only got 2 minutes left. All right, Cody Cutter. Roz Cutter, whichever you want to call it. Looks a little awkward on that dive, but coming from the outside, I'm more happy that they did it that way than any other way. Nope. Here we go. This is how it's going to finish. We got a block here coming. A block and a coffin drop. Just going to throw a... oh, damn ads. I missed it. He doesn't want to hit the coffin drop. What are the odds of bringing Match Betty back to the Sidecast? You know what? If we start getting numbers again like we did... Like, I'll be honest, the reason I cut them off is because we were getting maybe 3 people a night, and we were also getting every match was so predictable that it really wasn't worth it. Oh no. Stump puller. There it is. What are the odds? Yeah, 2-1. That's more, Sorry, I missed the joke, Iceman. I'll throw that there. We'll look at it next week. If, like I said, I will. If we can get a crowd in here, I don't mind doing it. It's just having two people bet on the same person just really didn't. It was more work than what it was worth. Because you weren't getting any money back. You were either losing it or everybody was just getting their money back the way they were. Or points back. So you're saying it's a gamble? All right, we're fading to black real quick here. They actually went overtime 2 minutes. I'm actually impressed. Wonder which match went long. I'm pretty sure it was MJF's promo on top of anything else. But yeah, all in all tonight, I'm going to wrap this up real quick because, want to get this up on the YouTubes here rather quick. It's just to sum it up. Tonight, solid show. Pretty decent matches all the way through. I don't think there was anything that really stood out as a bad thing tonight. The promo with Samoa Joe and MJF did start to drain, but then it came back. Turned out to be rather decent. And all in all, it's setting up for a great show next week where we're going to be able to crown new number one contender for the AEW Heavyweight Championship, new number one contender for the Women's Championship. More of a toss-up. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'll work on you degenerates here, see what I can do for you guys here, but I might have to spice things up to make things a little bit different here as we go along here for that. So, but yeah, continuing on with Dynamite, it looks really solid. Like, it doesn't need to be absolutely crazy. And next week's got to pick it up a little bit just to, as we're getting that new number one contender set up. I think realistically after Grand Slam, things will be a little bit more patient and a little more story based. Because we got to go from September 20th to November 18th without a pay-per-view quality show. So I think that's going to be... This one was a weird one as we're just getting quarterfinals out of the way. And frankly, after a major pay-per-view like All Out, it's whoever's in the best shape to perform in matches. And I think they did that tonight. And I think it was a hell of a show for everyone.